because you are upset with your country and Washington. So I have a couple of questions for you. And please answer yes or no, because I want to make sure you're here for the right reasons. And the media, if there's any media here right now, this is your time to pay attention. Remember, answer yes or no. Do you come here today with your own free will? Yeah. Did organized labor ask you or bring you here today? No. Will you stand up for freedom? Yes. Are you tired of corruption in Washington? Yes. Illinois? Yes. Cook County? Yes. Will you remember in November? Yes. So I've already introduced, then you're in the right spot. I've introduced the groups here today. I don't want to go through all of them again because there's about 18 of them. We've got a lot of booths here today. I know I already went through those, so I don't want to go through those again. We're going to raffle off stuff every single in between each speaker. Sue Johnson's going to be your DJ in between. My only request to you today is to clean up after yourself. That's all I ask. So let's get started. I believe in faith, hope, and charity. I blame the Democrats and the Republicans for the current state of our economy here today, for the media not doing their job. And yes, the American people for re-electing the same failed policies and politicians to Washington. Since the politicians do not listen to us, then we have an obligation to fire them in November. Our national debt is over $13 trillion and growing at a rate of more than $100 million an hour. This is unsustainable and unacceptable. Our unfunded liabilities are over $109 trillion. You can tax all of the Fortune 500 companies. You do not have enough money to keep spending the way Washington continues to spend. Spending will not fix this problem. Lower taxes and smaller government is always the answer. How many people here today are determined? To every politician in office today, I can say here and stand here today and I can say, stop spending my money and stop stealing from my children. I demand Washington and every politician to read every single bill, and if they get it at midnight, I demand that they say no. I demand lower taxes and a smaller government, period. I demand my borders to be protected. I demand my president to protect the borders and uphold the Constitution that he has sworn to uphold. He's not living up to it. So we will remember when he's up for re-election. I demand term limits on my congressmen. It is no longer a career. And the government needs to and will take responsibility for the mess that we are in. I do not want my next governor to go to jail. The bar is so low in this state, it is disgusting. And no more bailouts. We bailed out Greece. No more. We're tired of high unemployment. We're tired of the takeovers of our financial companies, our insurance companies, our car companies. When is it the job of our government to pick winners and losers in the private industry? Cash for clunkers is a disaster. It's costing more money. We've got czars in there like Van Jones. We've got a Congress that does not listen to the will of the people. We have record deficits and no end in sight. We have an administration that believes in social justice and forced redistribution, which is Marxism. We have a failed $787 billion stimulus package, and there's talk that they want another one. I say no. No. They want to push cap and trade. I say no. I've exposed Melissa Bean's Crime Inc. directly to cap and trade. I will do the job of the media when they fail to do it. And American citizens will not take it anymore. We will stand up. And you are doing that today. We have the takeover of our health care system. It is national health care. So I ask you here today, beyond today, what will you do? What will you do to change things in November? We're going to bring some candidates up here that are running in offices, governor, federal level, state level, local level. These are our best opportunity for hope because we've got progressives. We have a state that's completely out of control. This state will collapse before California. Make no mistake about it. Look at the pensions. The public sector is eating up our money. The top 100 pensions in the school district will cost the taxpayers of this state $887 million. That is unacceptable. So if not now is the time, then I ask all of you, when? It is now. It is now to get your neighbors involved. If they will not get involved, I suggest you skip them and go to the next one. Because without people like you, we will not change this country, and we will continue not to pass along a better country for your children and my children. And I will not. I will look at my children one day and say to them, I will stand up for your freedom, and I have done that for you. I hope all of you can do the same, because it is our responsibility as parents. We must pass on a better future to our children, and we are not heading down that path right now. That is not acceptable. I will not stand for it. I hope you don't either, because you are here today when you could be somewhere else. So I'm going to turn this over to Sue Johnson. She's going to run the agenda for the rest of the day, and she's got it all worked out. And she's a faithful Palatine member since the beginning. I'll tell you, we are getting a lot of attention in our group, a lot. So you want to come up here, Sue? And